One of the saddest things I deal with as a business coach is hearing from students or clients or just someone who enjoys the show here that they launched a product, whether it's an online course, membership, group coaching, or whatever, and it failed. It bombed. Nobody bought, or 3 people bought, or I made $100. And their hopes and their dreams and this idea that you can build a product, sell it, and make all this good money on the side has just been dashed. The dream has been dashed because it didn't live up to their expectations. Now, there's a lot of reasons why it might not have lived up to their expectations. I think one big reason why is that our expectations are way too high. There's a lot of gurus saying it's just so easy and you'll make millions of dollars on your first launch. And I would never tell you it's super, super easy and you'll make millions of dollars on your first launch. But that's not what we're talking about today. But today, I want to pull back the curtain on the top 3 reasons most product launches fail so that you don't fail in your first product launch or in your next product launch. Even if you've missed one of these things, it could be the difference between a few dollars and a lot of dollars. So listen up, pay attention, take out your pen and paper or your notes app. Let's take notes. Let's fix your product launches and make you some money. All right, friend, glad to have you here for another show. We're going to talk about product launches, of course, and we're going to make sure you win. I want you to win. And let me just say this at the beginning. You get better with each launch as you do them. Your first launch won't be your best launch, but it'll be the one that gets you to your next launch, which will get you to your next launch, which will ultimately get you to your best launch. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even have to be a best launch or even a really, really great launch for you to make a lot of money. It just has to be good enough. So I'm not talking about how to have a perfect launch. We're going to look at the opposite side. We're going to look at the things that prohibit you from having a good enough launch. We're going to look at the things that make our launches fail so that we can solve those problems, plug those leaks in the boat, as it were, and make sure that you don't fail on your next or first product launch. I'm going to give you the 3 biggest reasons why most fail. Stay to the end, though. I have a bonus reason that is arguably more important than even these 3. But I feel like these 3 are super practical, so I'm going to give those to you. But stay to the end so you get this bonus reason as well. Okay, reason number 1, most product launches fail, is that you don't give them a reason to buy now. Okay, I'm going to speak to you. Maybe your product launches haven't failed, but for the purpose of this episode, I'm going to speak to you, okay? You're my client, you're my student, I'm your coach in this moment, so I'm going to speak to you directly. The reason why you're not selling as many of the products, whether it's an online course or getting as many people in your community, like a membership or filling an 8-week group coaching program or a mastermind or even a live event, the reason why, number 1, is because you're not giving them a reason to buy now. If you just offer something and say it's for sale, but there's no real urgency to buy it now, you're not going to do that well. We'll talk about evergreen sales in a second, but just put a pin in that. Like, I'm talking about launches, okay? I don't make all my money from launches. That's outside of the scope of this conversation, but we are talking about launches. When I do launch, I want to launch well. For me, a good launch is a 6-figure, multi-6-figure launch. I don't run any ads, so we could probably bump that number up if I had paid traffic. But I'm talking about just off email list, organic traffic. A good launch is $100,000 to $300,000 for me in a week. I have friends that do $1 million launches. A lot of times that involves a lot of affiliates or other partners, JV partners, as well as a lot of ads as well. So you really want to know what's the profit after your ad spend or your affiliate payouts. I've done all the above, but just a pure organic, I keep all the profit. $100,000 to $300,000 is a good launch for me. For you, that might be high, that might be low. Your number is going to be different, but the difference between what you make when you fail and what you really should be making for your ideal size and the price of your course and all those things, the difference is usually urgency. You got to give people the reason to buy now. So traditionally, there's 3 ways to create urgency. There's probably more, but these are the 3 ways I've been using for 15 years and the 3 ways I teach. And there's a lot of ways to do these differently, so you can fine tune it to the way you like. But number 1, and the most powerful one of them all, is just close the cart. Okay? What we mean by that is you open the cart, the thing is for sale, but then on Friday at midnight or next Tuesday, midnight Pacific or whenever, the cart is closed. Your opportunity is closed to buy the thing. You will no longer be able to buy the thing. So if you want to buy the thing, you got to buy it now. Okay? We call this an open close cart or open close launch. This is by far the number one way to drive more sales. And the reason why is because human nature, right? People, they are procrastinators. They see something, they might see your launch material, it might be an email, they might even go to your sales page and they might go, wow, this looks great. I really want to join this. But then their kid barfs on the floor and they got to go clean it up, or it's their dog that barfs on the floor, or the Amazon package came and they go get the doorbell, or a phone call comes in, or they get that text message. They get distracted. They say, I'll get to it later, and then later never comes. Like, I've been doing this long enough to know it's human nature. If you do this right, if you have this urgency factor built in, you're going to see half, if not more than half of your sales for that launch come in on the last day. And it's because it's a deadline. It's a good old-fashioned deadline, and people are like, I got to buy now. Got to buy now. So that's the best way to do it. And I really recommend you do this for every single first launch. So if you have a new product, let's say it's a brand new course or a new community, at the minimum for your first launch, close the cart. And the reasons are multifaceted. Number one is it'll drive a lot of sales, which will feel good. You need that momentum, and you probably need the money too. Number two, it'll get more customers because it drives more sales. The more customers you get in, the more opportunity you have for transformation for those customers, and the more opportunity you have to hear their feedback, which is going to help you. Good feedback, we call that testimonials, like, oh my gosh, this changed my life. I got this transformation. That's going to help you sell more product later. You want this testimonial. So we want that good feedback. The not so good feedback we want as well to make the product better. Your first course, or the first iteration of your course, I should say, is not going to be the best. One of my flagship products, Automatic Income Academy, I've been selling for 6 years. It's on a 3.0 version right now. It's gotten better because of feedback. So, I've had thousands of people go through the course. Everyone that goes through it, they love it, or there's something about it they don't love, or they wish it did this. That's good feedback to help me make it better. And the best way to get that feedback in a shortened, condensed amount of time is to get a lot of people in it really quickly, have them go through it where it's now closed, and you can interact with them and ask them, hey, what's broken? What's not working? What would you like to be better? How can I help you get results? It's almost like a beta group. You don't have to do a beta launch where you just let a small group in. I say let everybody in, but view that first round as a giant beta launch, and that like the next round, the product's going to be better. Your messaging is probably going to be better. You're going to probably have great testimonials, which will help you sell it more. So that first launch, definitely close the cart. If you want it to be an evergreen product, there's other things you can do. I'm a big fan of evergreen products. You're going to want some that are open and closed and some that are evergreen. It's always about the combination. There's no one way to make money, and it's rarely one way that makes all your money. It's usually the combination of all the ways and all the products that gets you to, the bottom line that you want. So the number one way to create urgency is simply to just take the offer away at a deadline. You have until Friday at midnight to buy. It works. It's powerful. Don't even fight me on it. There's no reason why not to do it. And it helps people. Like this is just coming up for me. Some people are like, oh, this is fake. This is like fake scarcity. Why would you take it away? You're misunderstanding human nature. If you don't do this, the people that really need the course aren't going to buy it because they're going to get distracted. They're going to procrastinate. So you don't get to help them. So if you really believe in helping people, you will put a deadline on this and force their hand. They're sitting on the fence. That's what most people do. They're fence sitters. A few people are going to go, this isn't for me. This is too expensive. I don't like his hair. The majority of people are going to be like, I want this. If you've done your job right, they're going to be like, I want this. But they're going to stay on the fence. A few people will buy right away, but most people are fence sitters because you're competing with everyone else for their dollars and their time and their questions. Will this work for me? Yada, yada, yada. So the best way to get them off the fence and to try the product and to make sure it's a good fit for them, because you should have a good refund policy. If it's not a good fit for them, you should refund their money no matter what. But assuming you got a good refund policy and it's a good product and it's going to help them, your job is to get them off the fence, into your program, into your community, into your coaching so that they get results. That's how you serve people. So this is the best way to serve them. Not having an urgency, not having a reason to buy now is actually hurting them. So if you like hurting people, then don't give them a reason to buy. But if you like helping people, give them a reason to buy now. Close the freaking cart. Okay, that's the number one way to create urgency. Number two is limited time bonuses. So I do this also where the course is always for sale. They could buy it at any time. But if they're going through a certain sequence or you're doing a special promotion like, hey, this week only, when you buy my program or join my community, I'm throwing in this bonus training, or I'm throwing in this bonus tool or template, or this swipe copy, or this whatever. I'm doing a bonus live coaching call for everyone who joins this week only. That's another reason to create urgency. The course is not going away. The offer is not going away in terms of the thing they can buy. They could still buy it next week, but that special bonus that hopefully is really juicy and they really want, that opportunity to get that free thing is going away. Same idea, right? But a little less powerful, if you see what I mean. So you get a limited time bonus. That does work. And then the third and most classic way to create urgency, right, is a special price. We call this a sale. Flash sale, Black Friday sale, it's my birthday sale, it's, Juneteenth sale, like whatever it is, right? A sale, a good old-fashioned sale works. Why? Because it's a limited time to get a discount on the thing. You could still buy the thing next week, but you'll pay more for it next week. So you're going to hit yourself in the butt. You're going to be frustrated with yourself that you didn't buy it this week when it's on sale. This is the oldest trick in the book for creating urgency, and it works. People like the feeling of getting a good deal. Of course, people like spending less money on stuff, but they also like the sense of like, I got it on sale. I got it when it was a special. I got a good deal. Another version of this is not a discount or a straight up sale. It is a special bundle offer. So I like to do this like on Black Friday. Instead of just discounting my products, which I've done in the past, I like to bundle some of my products together. So they're actually spending more with me than they would if they bought one thing. But collectively, they're getting like 40% off everything, but they're forced to buy the bundle. That's another way to create a special price. Creates urgency. This deal is going away. If you were to buy them independently, a la carte, it would cost you twice as much. But buying it all together in this bundle, this week only, special price. Those are the three ways to create urgency in a launch that we've been doing since the dawn of time. Close the cart, limited time bonuses, or a special price. And you'll see this in every other industry. This isn't just digital products or courses. It works for a reason, but always have a reason for them to buy now. Whatever way you want to do it, sale, limited time bonus, or close the cart. Never just have it up with no urgency to buy. If you're doing a launch, it just won't be as effective. It'll at best be half as effective. I think you're leaving half of your money on the table, in other words, if you don't create an urgency factor. I did a training for my paid community years ago called How to 2X Your Next Launch. And the main thrust of it is you need urgency. And I gave them a lot of, swipe copy and templates and things and all kinds of stuff to do it. But at its core, it's this idea. You could double your next launch if you just had urgency. So if you made $1,000 in your previous launch, you could have made $2,000 minimum if you had an urgency factor. And if you had an urgency and you still feel like your product launch failed, maybe it's because of one of these other two reasons. So give them a reason to buy now, and it won't fail. Number two reason most products fail, and your product might have failed or might fail, is that you don't have a clear promise of transformation. Okay, this is so common, and it's interesting because you're so close to the thing you teach, you're so close to the thing you do, you know why it's so awesome, and you might be able to explain it in a roundabout way, but it takes a lot of work to be able to explain succinctly the transformation that someone will get if they buy your thing. And so the work you want to do up front, really before you even build the product, but especially if it's time to sell it or launch it, is you should be able to, in one sentence, articulate the promise of transformation, because that's ultimately what you're selling. You're not selling a course. Nobody wants a course. You're not selling a community. Nobody really wants a community. You're not selling a group coaching program. Nobody really wants a group coaching program. They want the transformation that they could get after going through that group coaching program, after being a member of that community, after taking your course and applying what they learn inside. They want the transformation at the end. So the best way to sell in a product launch is to be able to already have your transformation statement like written somewhere. So you can incorporate it in the email copy, in the sales page copy. If you're promoting it online on social, same thing. So here is a template that works for your transformation statement. This is just one of many that we've been using since the dawn of time. But you would say that the name of your program or community or offer or whatever, in my case, the Automatic Income Academy, is the step-by-step program or the premier community or the proven process or program or coaching method that helps avatar achieve dream outcome without something they want to avoid. So your thing, the name of your thing, is the vehicle, the step-by-step program, the best method, blah, 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 that helps your avatar achieve their dream outcome without something that they want to avoid. Hey, friend, we'll get back to the episode in just a moment. Real quick, I hope you're enjoying the episode. And if so, please share it with somebody that needs to hear this episode today. It would mean so much to me. Also, I want to give you a gift for hanging out with me today. I want to give you my free $1 million life-giving business formula on-demand training. Inside of this less than 60-minute training, it will help you uncover your uniqueness to build a 7-figure boutique brand without burning out. This is some of my favorite material. These are the things that I'm taking my private clients through, but I want to share them with you in this free training. So if you've already built your business, but it's not giving you life, it's taking life from you, this is the training for you. It's absolutely free. Just go to grahamcochrane.com/lifegiving. That's grahamcochrane.com/lifegiving, all one word. And you can register for your spot right there. Now back to the episode. So for example, my course, Automatic Income Academy, is the step-by-step program that helps busy, everyday people create an automated income stream online without being sleazy, pushy, scammy, or spending all day on social media. Right? That's just a way to say it. My community that I actually just closed the doors to a few months ago, my 6-figure coaching community, I ran this for four years. The transformational statement for that is the 6-figure coaching community is the best place for online business owners to scale to 6 figures a year or more in income without having to add any more customers or run paid ads or work more hours. There was a third one. Okay? Whoa. Like, how is that possible? Right? That's what I teach people to do. They got to know who it's for. That's why the avatar matters. Do you help busy dads? Do you help overweight women? Do you help, executives who are C-suite executives who are looking to transition into their new career? Do you help, football players? Do you help homeschool moms? Like, who's the avatar? What is the dream outcome that this program or course or community will give them? Like, not every one of your programs is going to give every single dream outcome. So just pick the one that your program gives them. My course, Automatic Income Academy, helps people come up with their business and launch that darn business. That's online, that's automated, and do it in their spare time. So that's the dream outcome, is have an online income stream that they can run in their spare time. And the avatar is busy, everyday people. So it's not for techie people. It's not for people with gobs of time. It's not going to take a long time. It's not for entrepreneurs. It's for normal people that are busy and they're looking for some form of alternative income. And then what's something the objection that's already come up in their mind? For me, when people are like, well, he's going to help me build an online business, I'm going to have to be on social media all day long. Wrong. I'm going to have to be scammy and pushy and sleazy and sell. Like, no, wrong. Right? A lot of times, like, scaling, people think you need to run paid ads. I do multi-million dollars a year. I don't run a single paid ad. It's wrong. So I'll whatever the objections are that come up, I'll try to cut them off at the pass in the promise of transformation statement. So it's the program to help this type of person achieve this amazing result without this thing they think they need to achieve that result. In one sentence, and hint, hint, this should probably be somewhere near the top of your sales page or in your first email or while you talk about it to people on social media. In one sentence, they know exactly why they should buy this thing or not, if they're not the right avatar and they don't want that dream outcome. This is simple, y'all. Like, if you've never done this, and if you have a sales page full of copy and it's 58 videos, it's 37 hours, you get all these workbooks. Nobody cares about a freaking workbook. Nobody cares about how many videos. People don't want more videos. You tell them it's 37 hours, that makes them want to run and scream and hide their face in a pillow somewhere because I don't have 37 hours to give to this, right? If you're going to brag about how long it is, you should brag about how short it is. Actually, I think people will pay more if you can get them the result in faster time. So don't focus on the wrong thing. Don't talk about all the stuff they get. Talk about the transformation they will have once they implement your program. Make sense? So a lot of times when I see clients, they're trying to sell a thing, and I'm sure the thing is good, but they don't even know how to articulate in one sentence the clear promise of transformations. That's the number 2 reason most product launches fail. Okay, hanging with me? One of these resonating with you so far? Are you guilty of one or both of these so far? It's okay. I've been guilty of everything I'm teaching you. How do you think I learned this stuff? Doing it wrong. And I'm going to tell you a story at the end of. I'm going to share the third one, tell you a little story about my first launch, and then I'm going to share the final bonus reason why your product launch has failed. All right, number three. Number three reason why your product launch fails or failed or will likely fail is that you don't send enough emails. It boggles my mind how people want to launch a product and yet they don't want to email their people too much about it. Like, what? How do you think they're going to know about it? Are they checking their inbox every day, waiting for you to send an email? Are they checking your website, hoping to see you launched a new sales page? Are they coming up with the potential URL that your sales page will be on? No. They're busy living their lives. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about one thing only, themselves. And not only do they care about themselves, they're busy. They're busy doing a lot of things. So number one, I hope you're emailing your list, which means number zero, I hope you have an email list. I hope you're not just relying on social media to be able to sell stuff. Good luck with that. You're playing on rented ground. You're playing in someone else's sandbox. You don't own that audience. You have no control over whether people see your content. Email, you do. There's no middleman with email. When you have someone's email list or email address, you can go straight to their inbox. So number one, you should be emailing your people. Number two, we all know that inboxes are crowded. We also know that people might see an email and then forget about it. It's amazing to me how I'll have a student or a client say, hey, I had a launch, didn't do well. Okay, how many emails did you send? 2. Okay, like 2 on the first day or like 2? Oh no, 2 during the whole week, the whole launch week. I'm like, wait. How do you expect people to know about this thing if you only sent 2 emails? How many emails do you get a day? If I tried to email you about something really special and I only sent you 2 emails in a week, don't you think it would probably get buried under all the other emails you get? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, next time, send 6 emails. See what happens. They triple their emails from 2 to 6 in a week. And by Jove, they made more money. How did it happen? Is it magic? Is it voodoo? No, it's just math. If you send more emails, you make more money every single time. Ryan Lee has been saying this since the dawn of the internet, it feels like. One of the original email marketers. His advice was always just send more emails. You'll make more money. And he's right. People are busy. They're going to miss it. You need to remind them. You need to send different emails in different ways with different subject lines that appeal to different types of buyers. Some are going to be rational. Some are going to be case study oriented. Some are going to be objection oriented. Some are going to be desire outcome related. Some are going to be like dealing with the fear or the pain point. Like there's different subject lines and different types of emails that are going to relate with different people. But even if all your people were the same and you only had one type of email to send, you would still want to send as many emails as possible because they're going to get lost and buried or they're going to forget and they're going to think about it. You got to remind them. You got to stay top of mind. So 3 simple rules for you for launch week. Number 1, don't wait until launch week to send emails. You should be sending emails the week before and do a pre-launch. If you're not doing a pre-launch, you are missing out. The purpose of the pre-launch is to warm up the people, get them excited about the thing before they can buy the thing. Okay, this is classic promotion. If you're promoting anything, think about if Taylor Swift is going to go on tour, they're not going to just all of a sudden one day email her fan base and say, hey, she's on tour. Here, the tickets are for sale now. No, they're going to drop the tour dates in advance and say, Taylor's going to be in this city on this date, this city on this date. Tickets will go on sale in a week or 2 weeks or a month. Watch your inbox. Tickets are going to go on sale soon. Why? To get people excited, to get people mentally wanting to buy, to get people setting aside money, right? That's a very baseline. Hey, I'm about to sell you this thing. Get ready. Movies. Why do they have movie trailers? They don't just all of a sudden drop the latest James Bond movie or Marvel movie or whatever movie of your choice. Like if Barbie 2 is coming out, they're not going to just drop Barbie 2 in the theaters and then be like, oh, no one went to see Barbie 2 because nobody knew it was in the theaters, bro. until the day it was in the theaters. How are you going to have a great opening day at the box office if I didn't know until that day when someone's like, hey, did you know that there's a sequel to Barbie that just came out today? No, I didn't, because nobody ran a preview or a trailer. But that would be stupid. They're not going to spend $200 million to make and market a movie and just start marketing on the day you could buy tickets. No, they're going to have a teaser trailer and then a regular trailer. And then they're going to have the cast and crew go on the late night show circuit and talk about it. They're going to warm the audience up. You got to do the same thing. You warm the audience up. So at minimum, you do a pre-launch week. Ideally, you do something like a Jeff Walker style. He calls it sideways sales letter, where you drop 3-part series, like a 3-part video workshop, teaching something around the problem you're going to solve in the product or around the desired outcome that people are going to get from the product. So you're leading with value. You're doing a master class. You're teaching. This could be a free webinar. This could be a challenge, free or paid. It doesn't matter. They're all doing the same thing. They're all warming the audience up. It can just be emails. I've done whole launches where I just sent 3 emails the week before teaching, like juicy, good emails, teaching the thing. And then getting them warmed up to know, hey, next week I'm going to be opening something really, really cool. If this is helpful, you're going to love what I drop next week. So number 1 is you didn't send any pre-launch emails. Number 2, you got to make sure you email each day, an email a day during launch week. Yes, if it's a 5-day launch, like a Monday to Friday, you better email every day. If it's a 7-day launch week, you better email every day, right? Every single day that your launch is active, you send an email. Minimum. If you're not doing that, you literally don't like money. And you literally don't like helping people because you're saying, oh, but I don't want to bug them. Excuse me? If you're afraid of bugging people, you have missed the point of what we're doing here. This is not a popularity contest. This is not a hobby. This is a business. And the only way to be in business is to make money. And since we're selling ethical, good things that actually bring life change for people, we want to sell as many of these puppies as possible. Yes, we get to make more money when we sell more, but we get to impact more people. Like literally, I have sold products to, at this point, probably over 40,000 people that have paid me for something, millions that have benefited from my free material over the last 15 years. But at my last count, at least 40,000, probably way over 50,000 people, like paid customers. Okay? Those people are getting the best transformation. The people that buy my stuff are getting the best transformation. Same is true for you. You are punishing the market if you don't sell. And if you don't tell them that it's for sale today, fewer people are going to buy because they're busy, they forgot. It doesn't matter that you sent something yesterday. You got to remind them today. You're not bugging them. You are celebrating this exciting thing. It's a launch week. And guess what? When the launch is over, you're not going to be emailing them every day. But this is your moment to make a big deal about this thing. All it is an offer. It's an invitation. You're not pushing anything down their throat. Every email you send should be a value add. If you follow the way I train you on sending emails, every email should be worth reading whether they buy it or not. So you're never shoving anything down their throat. All you're doing is opening up your hand. Would you like this? I think this would help you. Would you like this? I'm telling you about this only this week because the doors are closing Friday night, or the bonus is going away, or the price is going back up. So I want you to get in now, right? There's a reason, since you've got the urgency, right? Point number 1, there's a reason to remind them. If you don't remind them, you're being mean to them. So this is about really serving them well. So send them an email every day. Some people, just by the way, are going to be irritated. Those people can hit the unsubscribe button that every single email client has. Let them go bye-bye. They're not your people. Do not be upset if they unsubscribe. In fact, you better not be getting any notifications from your email client anytime somebody unsubscribes. It's the last thing you should look at. It's irrelevant. It's good when people unsubscribe. They're not going to buy from you anyway. They're not liking your free content enough to stay anyway. Let them go. Okay? That's for somebody. And so not only get this, not only I want you to email them every day during the launch week, but on the last day of the launch. Remember, because there is a last day, because the course is going away, because the doors are closing, the price is going up, because the sale's ending, or the bonus is going away. On the last day, you got to send 3 emails. No less, no more. 3 is the magic number. Why is this? Human nature, urgency, and let me give you the simplest lift. I'm going to give you some simple swipe copy. This is free, okay? Your normal final morning email should be a nice, juicy, traditional sales email. This one's great if you already have people buying and they're already excited about it inside the comment section of your course or the community. Screen grab some people that are joining. This is a great, like, hey, people are joining. But even if you don't have that, give them one more reason to buy. In the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, send them the first of 2 courtesy reminder emails. And I will literally put courtesy reminder, doors closed tonight. Courtesy reminder, Automatic Income Academy is going away. Courtesy reminder, price goes up after midnight tonight. How innocuous and gentle is that? I'm showing you the common courtesy by reminding you. You already know. And this might be the first email for them a lot of times. In fact, a lot of times people don't see the other emails or they ignore them, and then they see courtesy reminder and they're like, what did I miss? It just puts this loop in their head of like, something I need to be reminded of. It's so gentle. I'm just showing you the decency and the courtesy of reminding you that, hey, you only have a few hours left. So I send one of these at 4 o'clock, and these are very short emails. And I'll do a screen grab of a testimonial. And then at 10 o'clock, which is usually 5 hours before it closes, because I usually close at midnight Pacific, which is 3 in the morning Eastern time. I'm on East Coast time. So I'll send an email at 9 a.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and then 10 p.m. Eastern time. And those last 2 are just courtesy reminder, and they're just slightly different. They're almost the same email. And for years, I even said like, hey, after this email, I'm not even going to be emailing you about this anymore. I'm not even going to be in your inbox. I'm going to give you a break, but I just want to make sure you had a last chance to think about this and hear about this because this is a sweet deal. And I really believe it's going to change your life. That's it. 3 emails on the last day. I promise you, magic. If you have an urgency factor built in and you've done the pre-launch and you email them each day and you send these 3 emails, especially with the courtesy reminders and the subject lines of the last 2, 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock on the last day, I guarantee you're going to see 2x the sales. You're going to double your last launch with this. It doesn't fail. It's so powerful. And there's no launch I do without those emails. Any one of those 3 helpful for you? Let me know in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube. I've got one more bonus reason why products fail, but let me just give you quick context. Friend, my first launch, I made about $200. I had a course called Pro Tools Bootcamp. It was renamed Rethink Pro Tools when I got a sort of cease and desist from a soon-to-be friend who had a similar named product. It was like, hey, man, you might want to change the name of your product. I don't want to send my lawyer after you. But it was called Pro Tools Bootcamp at the time. It was a $45 zip folder that you got when you paid over PayPal. I used a tool called eJunkie to deliver a zip folder, which meant if they wanted a refund, I gave them their money back, and then I asked them politely to delete the files off their computer. Yeah, I wonder how often that happened. Thank God for Kajabi. That did not exist when I started. There was no way to easily host a video course and take away access later. So anyway, $45 course, and I didn't know what a course was. I didn't even call it a course, and I didn't know what a launch was. I just filmed it, and then I just emailed my people and said, hey, here's this thing. It's awesome. It's for sale. And I sold about 4 of them. And that was actually magical for me because that was the first time I sold something that was invisible. I filmed the thing. I did the work. I took my knowledge and expertise, which is valuable, and I packaged it up in a digital thing and sold 4 copies of it, 100% profit margins, and people bought it. And that changed my life forever. That launch wasn't my most profitable in terms of revenue, but it was my most profitable in terms of forever changing my destiny and giving me a light bulb of like, wow, this is my future. Digital products are my future. And I've since made well over $10 million since then. And it's just been an incredible journey. So that launch was pretty weak. But that launch was the first one to get me started. And my next one got a little bit better. My next one got better. And eventually I started to figure this stuff out. And eventually I hired coaches that were smarter than me. And I learned, oh my gosh, there's a lot I'm not doing right. And I started to put together the pieces till I figured out a system and a launch that fits my lifestyle, fits my personality, fits my tone, fits my ethos, and gets results. So if your first launch was a couple $100 and you only sold 1, 2, 3, 4 copies, welcome to the club. That's where we all start. If your first launch was like some of my clients where they did $200,000 in their first launch, I'm not in that club. That was never my first launch. But it doesn't matter where you start. It's that you start and then you improve and iterate. Make better products, make more products, and get better at launching. Now, before we go, bonus reason why your product launch fails or might fail. And I could have done this as one of the 3, but it's not very tactical, but it's philosophical. And I really need you to get this. And this is what I teach my private clients is the number one reason why all products in any industry fail is that you built a product that nobody wanted. You solved a problem nobody wanted solving. You help people achieve an outcome that nobody wanted to achieve. You built something that you thought would be cool, but you never researched it. You never engaged the idea. You never pulled the thread. You might be onto something. We all start with a hunch sometimes, but you really have to survey your audience. You have to test out content. You have to really look at what your audience wants. And this is why I never like to encourage people to build a course and then find people to sell it to, which is how people usually come to me. I'm like, no. You've got it wrong. You need to curate an audience of people who love what you do for free, figure out what they want to buy from you, and then go build that. You'll have such an easier time selling that to them. I don't have time to get into that today, but I just want you to understand that that's the number one reason why products don't launch well and don't sell well, period. So don't rush into building something to sell. Rush into building an audience. The audience is the asset. Once you've cultivated an audience, you can learn from them what they want and you can build that and you can give it to them. You don't have to give them everything they want, but where you see that intersection between what they want and what you know how to give them and what you're excited about giving them, that's where the sweet spot is. That's where the magic is. And that's how you'll stay in business forever. So got to throw that in there. There you go, friend. The 3 reasons, really 4, that most product launches fail. You don't give them a reason to buy now. You don't have a clear promise of transformation. You don't send enough emails. And underneath all of those is you built a product that nobody wanted to buy in the first place. Please let me know if this has been helpful. Drop a comment below on YouTube or share this episode of the podcast with somebody if you found it useful. It means a lot to me. And I am just excited to continue to help you on your journey to build the business and the life that you want. I'll see you on another episode real soon.